welcome to the Pirate Handyman, where we teach you how you can save coin in your treasure chest and become a little bit more self-sufficient. Today what we're going to be talking about is replacing the ballast in a fluorescent light. Now in me pirate ship, ballast is just rocks that we put in the bottom of the boat. But the ballast is actually what runs the fluorescent light. So if your fluorescent light goes out, you replace the bulbs, but it still doesn't come on, chances are it's the ballast. Now, this is the ballast, and you can see it's got a series of numbers, and we'll show you in a minute. When you get to the old ballast, I just take a picture of it, and then either go to the hardware store and get one. You can order it over the internet, but they're about 20 bucks, so it's a lot cheaper than having to replace the entire the entire fluorescent light, or having somebody come out and do it for you. So what we're going to do is we've already looked up there and gotten the number. We've gotten this. So now we're going to take this apart and take the old ballast out. All right, so this is the ballast. You'll see in a minute what the ballast looks like when it's installed. But you can get this at a hardware store. You can get it over the internet. And all you need to do is, I'll show you when I get up there, but I just take a picture of the front of it. And these numbers right here are the important ones. And so it'll tell you exactly what you need to know. And you can replace it for, like I said, this one was 20 bucks. A whole new fixture is going to cost you probably, between 55 and 100 bucks. Be much more if you have somebody come out and do this for you. One of the important things I want to show you here too is that it has a wiring diagram right here on the right hand side, and make sure that matches up too. So we're going to go up there and we'll show you what all is up there. There can be several ways that these come down. Sometimes they have screws. In this case, this has a little tab, and what it does is you turn the tab and it slides over this little piece right here. So we just turn the tab. Might have to push it up a little bit, and then it'll come down. And it's just slid in back here. So we just wiggle it a little bit, get it to come out. And so here's our old ballast. So as we can see, ballast looks pretty much the same. The numbers are going to be the same. But now we want to take these wiring nuts off, and we're going to use the same color coding as is on here to put the new one up. In this case, this has a little nut on it. The screw comes in from the other side. So we're going to have to take this down because the screw is spinning. So you can see we've got two little screws here on either side. Now, what I'm careful about here is this is actually a molly bolt, which means if I take it all the way out, I'm going to lose the anchor on the other side and have to get new molly bolts. So I'm just going to loosen it enough that I can get in and hopefully hold the back of the screw while I take this out. Now, before we start, make sure you turn off the power. Don't just turn off the light switch. You want to go out to your breaker box and turn the power off to this whole thing. All right, so now we take all the wire nuts off, and we'll talk about this again when we put the new one back up. But you can see all the wires here are twisted, and that's because there's a spring inside here. And a spring is a coil, so as you are tightening it, it's twisting the wires together. So we'll talk about that more in a minute. So we've taken all the wire nuts off. So we're going to uncoil our wires here. And again, you can see everything is color coded. Blue to blue, red to red, and so on. All right, so now I'm going to put my new ballast in. And remember, the black wires went to the left. So I slide it where the old nut was. Put this over that screw. And drop that on the floor. Remember, at the Pirate Handyman, we always have to drop something on the floor. So make sure we don't have any wires underneath here. Now tighten it up. Okay, now we're going to tighten the fixture back up. Get it tight back against the ceiling. Remember, we've got a molly in there, so we have to put a little bit of downward pressure towards the screwdriver. All right, now that we've got that tightened back up, we're going to connect the wires. So first of all, we're going to separate out the wires from here. Now, in the instructions that came with this, it recommended that we cut the wires to make them fit closer. We can do that, but I'm going to show you another trick. So let's get the yellow ones out of the way here, since they're going all the way over. And we'll connect up our blues and reds first. So, per the wiring diagram, we'll connect this blue to this blue. Now, remember, as we discussed, the wire nuts have a little spring in there, and the spring needs to catch and twist the wires together. So you want the ends of the wires to be matching, to be flush. Push them down, and then just twist it clockwise. And you'll feel when it's tight. And you give it a little tug just to make sure that it's tight. Now we'll connect up our other blue. Make sure it's nice and tight. Now what we'll do here is we'll fold these up, fold these back, and then just loop it over the top. Make sure that our wire nuts are in there, and so what this has done is it's made sure it's out of the way when we put our cover back on. So now we'll get our reds. Wash, rinse, repeat. Now we'll do the yellows. You notice I've left the power until the last. Why, you ask? Just a good rule of thumb. Don't connect the power up until you've got everything else together. And basically the reason that I wait till the last is I want to get everything the way I want it first. And then when I get it up out of the way, I make sure that I'm not in the way with my power cord. So once again, we'll fold this over. Now we'll connect white to white and black to black. And these you want to make sure that you have snug and that they're not going to come apart. Now you see that? This came out because I've got 3 wires coming in here. So it didn't get grabbed. So I'm going to do it again and push this one down to make sure it's all the way at the end. Now I twist it tight and it's in there. And the reason you want to take such care with the power is because this is where you can get sparks if they're not connected tight. And sparks, as you know, can cause a fire. And if you didn't know that, now you do. Alright, so we'll push all our wires up like this. Now it's time to put the cover back on. And as you know, at the Pirate Handyman, we always have to drop something. This time, you're getting a 2-for-1. So as I put this up, I want to make sure I don't have any wires on the outside. Now I carefully folded them. Put my little clips back through here. Make sure I have no wires sticking out. And then I just turn this clip and now this is held on. So now we're going to put the light bulbs in before we turn the power on. Alright, so we're putting the light bulbs back in. These are the old style. You can see there are 2 pins. And in the receptacle, there is a circle and then kind of an entryway here that's straight. So since we still have our power off, I just put my fingers on there to make sure that I can feel it going in. And we push it in and then make sure the second one goes all the way up. And then you just turn it about a 1/4 of a turn. And you'll feel it snap. And there we go. So now we're going to go turn the power back on and see if we've got light. We flip the switch and viola, or voila, as they say in Spain. So we've got it back in there. Took us probably all told about 45 minutes. We saved a whole lot of coin, and that's why you watch the Pirate Handyman. So hit that subscribe button down below and the notification bell, and that way you'll be notified anytime a new video drops, which is every Tuesday and Thursday. And we'll give you more tips on how you can become self-sufficient and save coin in your treasure chest. Here's to smooth sailing.